what you're doing.
Alright, right now I'm just buffing my boot now, trying to get the scuffs out, because last night we put a layer kiwi on it. We normally get them to a glassy shine, if not a little bit duller. Some of us like to have black glass, is what we call it here. It's quite, to some people it's easy, to some people it's hard. Like me, personally, it's hard because my boots are so messed up. But we do our best.
Did you take this much pride in your personal appearance before you started this program?
Really, I didn't really care what I wore. I used to love wearing boots, but I never really took the time to shine them. Pressing my uniforms only on special occasions, and everything else is just casual clothes, faded jeans, white tee, black tee, whatever I could find.
Do you think this program's changed you in any way in regards to that?
Yeah.
Tell me that in a sense. They're not going to hear my question.
This unit has taught me a lot more of self-discipline, because when I was in the other units out here, I was getting a major, which is a bad conduct report, about 3-4 times a month. I was in and out of SEG.
Apologize, that was my mistake. 30 seconds.
It's just, I've learned how to shine my boots, have respect for my clothes, for myself, respect for others. A little self-discipline, yeah. I know my physical and mental abilities now a lot more than what I did, because I pushed myself a lot harder.
Yeah, don't worry about what he's trying to tell you. I just want to hear what you think.
This program's really good. It's still on the high rise. We're getting a lot of new stuff in here, so it's good.
Tell me about power and control.
He knows.
Power and
Don't
control.
you hate that?
Yes, I do, but I have to live with it. Power and control in me. I know. Since being locked up, I recognize that I have a major power control issue.
Practically written on your forehead.
I like to be dominant in things.
Yes. We see that in Diane a lot.
Yes. Sometimes I believe that I can do whatever I want without any consequences. And what's to stop me from doing that is to recognize authority figures, get over my authority problem. And that goes along with thinking of them as peers instead of as...
Talk to me about how you think you're smarter than everybody else.
We know, you know.
We know.
You know.
He's not saying anything that we don't
know.
I've only met you, what, 5-6 times in Diane Hall?
Yes.
I don't really know you that well, but it's very,
Obvious.
yes, obvious.
I mean,
That's a good
it's
word.
like it's written on your face and you don't have to say it.
No.
Yes, I do recognize it. I do believe that I'm smarter than anybody because of my experiences. I know y'all are older, much more experienced, and I try to force what I know onto other people, and with that, gain dominance, another power control. Basically manipulation.
And
And that is,
confrontation.
that is a big part of what? Of your program, in your STEP program, ain't that manipulation and trying to turn their thinking behavior into, to overpower them, and you manipulate that mind control thing you play with your younger victims, because you do have that. You understand, when you're grooming them?
Yes.
So,
And I have a question. Some of your anger outbursts and your anger behavior, hasn't that been a means to control other people?
Yes, sir.
because why? What does it get you? What do you feel it gets you?
Dominance. If I show that I'm stronger than them, and I know that I can get past their defenses if they were a victim, potential victim.
And let's keep it real. I mean, we can play the mind game all we want to. Let's keep it real. You don't look at staff as peers for you won't see them as authority. You usually look at staff as peers because you don't see them above you. You don't see them as being higher than you or smarter than you. You feel that you can manipulate. So you look at them at the equal level. You think that you're at the same level as staff. You don't think of staff as being your peer, to have respect for them or not to have problems with them. You don't see staff as being an authority figure because you don't feel that they're smarter than you. At sometimes. Let's keep it real.
Sometimes, yes, ma'am. Another one of my thinking I'm smarter than everybody is I have seen death before. I've been beaten to an inch of my life. I've been choked out so many times. That's another thing that has shown me that I've lived through that. I've lived through almost dying, and it makes me feel smarter than most people, because some people haven't had that experience. Some people don't want that experience.
Jack, we have a phrase in corrections, firm, fair, and consistent. Have you learned to respect that?
Yes, sir.
So it really doesn't matter whether you're smarter or not smart or whatever, whether they're in an authority position or not. If somebody's firm, fair, and consistent with you, you've learned to respect.
If they're firm, fair, and consistent with me, if they're honest with me and respect me, I will respect them.
And I think that's a major hurdle that you've managed to jump over. And I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but I'm trying to help you here a little bit.
If, like you were saying, and I was saying, if they are firm, fair, and consistent, and they show me respect, I try my hardest to show them respect. Like Mr. Cooley here, Instructor Cooley, sorry. The first day that he came in and I was on the unit, I went up and started talking to him, and he talked to me like an honest human being, not me being someone coming from C complex. Because I know a lot of people shown down on sex offenders, and from that day forward, I've shown him nothing but respect. Sometimes I horseplay around, show him a little disrespect, but he knows it's playing around. It's with you, Miss Woods. You've shown me no disrespect, except for when it was needed, like when when the unit was messing up. You didn't know who it was, so you spread it out throughout the whole unit. Mr. White, when I was cussing you out, doing all kinds of stuff to you.
It was pretty regular for a while, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You constantly constantly tried talking me through it, giving me chances, and after a while, I've started treating you with respect. At least what I've saw of respect. I really don't know you, so I can't say.
We don't know each other that well. I can't say much.
I've known Pastor John since Plainfield. He's helped me through a lot, and with him, I show him some disrespect. Honestly, I do, but overall, my overall view of him, honest, respectful man. so I'm trying to treat him like that.
Why you look at me like this? What else you gotta say?
Everybody looked at you.
That's what you gotta say.
Instructor Cooley, would you like to say anything about
Nice being.
cadet?
For the most part, on the unit, he was one of our leaders for a while, and he still has a lot of key. He plays a key role in our facility. As for like trust, we let him. He's the only person who can go into our our war room and pass out uniforms and keeps the inventory up. We count on him a lot. Keeping a little order. He has grown a lot since I met him back in C complex, and I feel that right now he's where he needs to be, but still has room for more improvement on his issues. But other than that, I believe he's been doing very well for me on the unit, and hasn't been getting in really no trouble besides something happened in Diner Hall one time. But other than that, on the unit, he haven't given any of the instructors any problems. And then you got your GED, so that's another good plus. So I'm proud of him. So
Jack, how close to trusting someone are you?
Honestly, there's only 4 people I honestly trust, and only 2 of them I will take a bullet for, die for. One of them I haven't met for 4 years. The other one is my father. And I consider a student here who's helped me through, 2 students here that's helped me through a lot. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for their criticism and encouragement. That'd be Chris Sargent and Lars Brody. Those are basically the only people I trust around here. Staff-wise, I show them all the same amount of trust as I would show people on the outs. If I deem that they need to know a little bit more about me, then I'll talk to them. Instructor Johnson, he can read through me like a book, so I'm straightforward with him. Cooley, he doesn't know much about me, but I can trust him with certain things. I do plan on going to college. I've got 2 specific choices right now. It's University of Vincennes and University of Windsor for aviation, aviation maintenance, and then I'm going to do a side subject for biology because I don't know what type of biology right now. Also, I plan on getting some EMS courses and first aid, first response, all that. So, if I can and if I'm accepted, regardless of my charges, I plan on going into the military. Depending on what branch, depends on my work. For the Army, I plan on being a mechanic. For the Air Force, I plan on being a pilot/aircraft mechanic. Navy, EOD, explosive ordnance disposal. Marines, infantry.
So you got them all covered.
I keep my options open.
That's you supposed to.
That's good.
You guys got a backup plan.
That's another thing that this program's taught me. Always expect the unexpected.
That's true.
Alright, you ready to have a seat outside and we'll discuss?
They'll call you back in a minute.
Future Soldier Program. That is, I think, it's an important program to a lot of the kids that we have at this facility, because I think that in all the different things we do, whether it's education, substance abuse, the GROW program. I think the Future Soldier program truly has, it can really give the offenders hope and give them an alternative future. And the idea behind the program is, and it's been difficult to get through some of the bureaucratic hurdles that we're having to get through to make it as successful as I want it. But the idea behind it is that offenders inside the facility will go through the Future Soldier program to prepare them for boot camp so that they can leave this facility and go direct into a military service, whether it be the Navy or the Army, the Marines, Air Force. We have recruiters from all the services that come into the facility and help us work with those offenders that have been screened and identified as potential recruits, and they work hard to help us with that program. But the idea being that rather than us throwing all these resources in the offender while he's at the facility and then returning them back to the same environment that he was in before he came here, the idea is that they will go through all these programs, and then when they complete the Future Soldier program, they'll be released directly into one of the military branches and leave here and go direct to a boot camp.
And for a lot of these kids, this is the first time that they've seen structure in their life.
Absolutely. I mean, we have taken some of our worst offenders and put them in that program, and it's just made a remarkable difference in just how their self-respect, their demeanor, how they conduct themselves, how they hold themselves, the respect that they give other people. I hear it all the time. The staff will see a particular offender who is out there marching and doing drills or being respectful, and they're just amazed that it's the same kid it was 6 months ago before he got involved in that program. And it's the other thing that I think impresses me a lot is when you look at the inner strength that those kids are showing when they're doing some of the things that they're doing in front of their peers, in front of an offender population is very difficult. And we ask them to do some very challenging things and for them to be able to stand up and to go out on the yard or go in the gym and go through the motions of drill and ceremony and all those sorts of things. To do that in front of their peers, in front of this peer group, is truly amazing. It takes a great deal of strength on their part.
And ironically, some of the other offenders who are not in the Future Soldier program, who might outwardly make fun of the kids who are in it, quietly behind the scenes are applying to become part of the program.
Yeah, when I walk across the yard, I go into a unit, I get asked time and time again, are we going to be able to expand the program into other housing units? And I would like to be able to do that someday. And what I want to, before we get to that point, is I just want to be able to say that the system and the program that we have in place now is we've got all the bugs worked out of it, and that we can make that program successful, and we can make a difference. We won't be able to place all of the offenders into the military service, but even being involved in the program will make a tremendous difference in self-discipline, I believe. So it's getting there. It's been a tough road, but we're starting to get a lot of different support. So from different military branches and things like that. So I think it's all positive.
All my certificates, got plans. I ain't never get my certificates. I'm glad Coolie let me iron my clothes. This is good though. Phew, I'm dirty and stuff. Man, I should have changed or something. I got dirt on me. Thanks.
Thank you.
Either one of you guys want to see this?
You want
Is this madness?
Mm-hmm. And you guys are ready?
Is he out there?
Mm-hmm.
Go
Ready?
ahead.
Ready? Come on in. Have a seat right there, please. Okay, Mr. Madden, this is your reentry arc for, can you give us your DOC number, please?
149-020 now.
Okay.
You
Can
know
you-
everyone's sitting here. You sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Mr. Madden, can you tell us what you've learned since you've been here?
As far as group or as far as personal growth, or both?
Both.
I guess I took group a little bit more seriously this time, and it's helped me out a lot.
Mr. Madden, would you speak up a little bit?
I apologize. I've took my groups a little bit more seriously this time, and it's helped me out a lot. Thank you for a change. I mean, it's done a lot for me. I'm learning to stop and think now before I do anything. That's the biggest part that was getting me in trouble because I was hot-headed, and I wouldn't think about my actions before I did them. I'm learning to evaluate a situation before I do it, and then from there go on and make my choices instead of just jumping into something without thinking about it. And I've overcame my pride since I've been here. That was another big issue that I had. I cared too much what people thought about me and cared about having that tough role, and it really don't matter to me no more because that's childish. Real men don't care about what people think about them, and they do their own thing. Boys do what they can, men do what they want.
So what were your committed offenses that got you here?
Originally, it was battery and violations of suspended commitment, and I was released on community supervision, and I violated that and came back.
How'd you violate?
Smoking, criminal mischief, placement failure, runaway, intimidation, physical altercation, and I think that was it.
So you've been to the control unit. What did you learn from the control unit?
That I'm not as bad as I think I am. That I'm as much prone to consequences as anybody else is. I'm not going to get away with what I do wrong, and when I do stuff and I victimize other people, I'm not just hurting them. I'm hurting myself too. I'm setting myself back. I lost 8 months of my life sitting in that room because I wanted to be tough and I wanted to look cool in front of all my boys.
So you went there. What caused you to go to the impact unit?
It was battery on staff.
So how do you think that staff feels knowing that you're getting ready to leave out of here?
We settled our differences, but to be truthful, deep down inside, if it was me, I think he's a better man than I am, because if it was me, then I'd probably have thoughts as far as why is he going home. I wish I could see him stay here forever. And he acted like that before. How has he changed? I ain't seen him change. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know how he feels about it, but I don't know.
So after you got out of impact, you went to grow, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you learn in that?
The gangs pretty much are stupid. There's no point in gang banging. There really isn't. And a couple documentaries that we watched opened my eyes to some things. First, I say that it opened my eyes to some things. Gangs, they wasn't made for people to. I don't know. I don't know what I expected from it. I wanted respect. That wasn't what it was made for. It was made because people wanted to advance in an illegal way, sell drugs, take political office in the wrong way, extortion, and it's really stupid because what's the point in getting beat up because I say the wrong word or getting a violation because I eat the wrong thing or I can't eat this and I can't eat that and I can't say this and can't do that and I have to say this prayer and this prayer. And I mean, who am I praying? I'm not praying to God. Why do I have to say these prayers every once in a while? Why do I have to do this? Why do I have to do that? I can't get along with this person because he's a vice lord, or I can't get along with this person because he's a blood. I'm expected to beef with him. If I hang around a vice lord, suddenly I'm undercover. And I mean, it's stupid. It really is. Gangs are there, and on top of it all, it's unorganized anyways. I mean, even if somebody did want to be a gang banger, there's no point in it because there's no organization to it. what it was started out for, it's not even like that anymore. And I mean, even if it wasn't the right thing to start out with.
So it sounds like in Grow you kind of reflected on, decided that those weren't the kind of lifestyles that you wanted to associate with.
Absolutely.
And then kind of Future Soldiers kind of put you in the direction of where to go now that you've kind of found your direction now maybe? Like you were out there floundering around like you didn't have a direction and now you have a direction to go to? Because you want to go to the Navy, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what you're planning on going? Sounds like it worked for you, a good program that worked for you.
Absolutely, it is a good program.
Now, the thing your family impacted you, because you know that I know about you and your family and your relationship with your mother. How has that changed?
I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say it's changed a whole lot because communications ain't really all that great. Most likely what I'm gonna do is go back there until my little probation time's up and I can go back to MEPS like, hey, I'm ready to go, or I can move out on my own. Family isn't really big to me right now.
Okay, but knowing that that situation was there the last time you got out and you weren't able to maintain.
No, I was a lot of the problem, so I can't blame my actions on others because it wasn't their fault that I was acting up. And a lot of the disagreements we had was because of me. It wasn't because, oh, my mom and stepdad are into it or nothing. It was because I was acting up. I was wanting to run amok, and I was getting mad because, oh, I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that. It wasn't their fault that I was acting up. It's on me how I handled the situation, and I wasn't handling it right. That has nothing to do with them. That was me personally.
Okay.
So who's your support system? Because family, all of us, I think, have a family or have a support system. So you don't have the gangs now. That was your family for a while, correct? Now, who's going to be your family now?
If I get into the Navy, my family's going to be my branch of military, my recruiter, my officers, my fellow enlistees, and even if I don't go that way, I still got my little brother and sister that, hey, they're going to be there. My Uncle Junior, he's already said that he's going to be there for me, and he ain't been nothing but a positive influence on me.
Okay, so you do have those positive people out there that you can go to.
Yeah, I'm not going to be on my own.
That's good. That's, I think, a concern of all of us. We're
Your support
someone.
system.
You need to have support when you get out of here. You can't do this by yourself.
Yeah, I have people I can go to.
And you probably learned that when you were outside of here the first time. You have to have someone to call, to confide in, someone to help you make those decisions, because we've all made bad decisions.
Yes,
But we
ma'am.
have to have that person to bounce off of. Okay. Well, that's good that you have someone that you've already thought that through. That shows some growth.
Now, we know it's been a concern about if you're going to go be able to get into the military.
Yes,
And that's been a big concern. That's why you're going this route instead of waiting to find out the information. What if that is not an option? What are your backup plans to keep you busy and not making the same mistakes?
If I can't go to the military, I mean, it ain't going to be the end of the world. I want to go, I want to fight. I mean, there was a movie I seen called The Kingdom, and it was covering a little bit of the war on terrorism and what's going on over there. And I mean, it made me want to fight. I want to fight for my country. But I mean, if it doesn't happen like that, then I'm probably going to try to follow music. I write songs and I play guitar a little bit. So I'm probably try to do music in my spare time, dedicate myself to that. And I'm going to be working, so it means, it's not like I'm going to be sitting at the house all day with nothing to do. I'm going to have my time occupied.
So you have your GED, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So what's your are you going to continue any education when you're in the military? Is
Right.
there anything you want to look at?
Right now, nah, I'm not thinking about all that. I need to get up on my feet first before I go back to school, but not right now. I'm interested in psychology. I want to be a psychologist, but that's not in the immediate future. That's going to be later on after I get my stuff together.
Mr. White?
What's your idea of how important education is?
Yeah, it's real important. I mean, if you're not educated, you're not going nowhere in the world. You really ain't.
But then on the other hand, you just said you were going to put it on the back burner for a while.
I'm going to get my education. I think if you're trying to just do school, I think education is important, but I mean, you have to have your stuff together behavior-wise before you worry about, because prison has some of the smartest people over there. They have people over there that learn how to rig a tattoo gun from a CD player and a couple wires out the wall. I mean,
Right. There's different kinds of smarts, aren't there?
Yeah, sure.
But how have you demonstrated the appropriate kind of intelligence here? Since what have you done to demonstrate that you can use your intelligence and be productive with it?
I think getting my GED was a big step because I don't think nobody expected me to finish school. I didn't expect to finish school myself, but a lot of people thought I was just going to drop out, and I couldn't just drop out and not do anything. I wanted to get my GED at least, and I've done that. I don't know exactly what I want to do. It's not set in stone right now. I'm still working on that. I think that's what transition is about, is getting my thoughts together to find out what I'm going to do when I get out. But I mean, I think getting my GED was my biggest step of exhibiting that I want to do something.
Didn't you have one of the highest scores in your class?
I had 692.
That's an excellent score.
Great
And
score.
I didn't hear you really brag on that to us,
No, sir.
but and that's okay. But you should be proud of that because
Oh, I
you
am.
have a lot of things going for you, and you have a lot of abilities that you've shown, and it's all right to feel good about that. You know, to kind of let that be known that you accomplished it.
Yes,
I
sir.
noticed in your transition essay that you wrote about several goals. Some of them were short term, some of them were longer term. I don't always see that in transition essay.
Yes, sir.
To me, that showed that you were looking at the total plan. And so why don't you talk to us about that a little bit, because you had several different kind of goals that you mentioned in there.
Where do you want me to start at?
You remember some of the goals you talked about? I
Oh,
remember
absolutely.
one dealing with
Yes,
4
sir.
paychecks. Does that
Uh,
remind you?
I want to be able to get a used truck within 40 paychecks. I'm gonna need transportation, and I mean, you ever heard a country song? There's some women like about a pickup man. Yeah, I do want to get a truck. I want to get my driver's license when I get out. I'm 18. There's no reason I shouldn't be driving right now. I mean, what am I gonna do? Get a date and trailer on my bicycle? No, it's not happening like that. I want to get a truck within 4 paychecks. I want to start saving towards an apartment so I can get out on my own. I don't think it's going to be best for me to stay living with my family because, I mean, I'm going to have to go out and create my own family. That's not a real positive place for me to be right now. I mean, I can manage while I'm on parole, but it's not somewhere that I want to have as a permanent living place because I can't just keep myself in that situation and expect to keep excelling. So I want to get out on my own, get an apartment. Want to start. A lot of my money's gonna be going into my music. I'm gonna have to get some instruments, trying to scrap a little band together or whatever, so I can do that in my spare time.
Sounds good.
You have any questions?
Future Soldier Program,
Yes, sir.
and that's taught you self-discipline?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Is that your uniform?
Yes, sir.
Why aren't you wearing your jump boots?
They're on the unit, sir.
But that still doesn't answer my question. Why aren't they on your feet?
They were in the process of being shined when I got called down here.
Did you get in a fight recently?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about that fight.
I guess I decided to be a little bit of a vigilante. This happened about 2 months ago, and me and McKinstry got into it. We had come back from dining hall, and the unit had been acting up, and Instructor McKinley told us to sit in the chairs and not to talk. Oh, he started going off and calling her B's and saying F this and F that and F this unit. And I guess I decided to take it in my own hands instead of letting the officer handle it. And I was like, you don't want to be in this unit, get the F out of it. And he started coming to me sideways, so I invited him into the bathroom, and we went in there and got into it, and I got in trouble for that. Had to do an extra 2 months when I should have been on my way out the door 2 months ago, so.
Choices, right?
Yes, sir. It's a bad choice I made. I regret it.
I want to ask you about that a little bit. What you tried to do sounds good. Sounds like you had a good reason for trying to do something positive, but you just admitted to us it wasn't the right way to do it.
No, I didn't handle it the right way at all.
Do you have any examples of how you have helped people around here, or how you've used a situation that you were in to try to turn it around, or something that you could show us as an achievement that you've accomplished that has actually helped somebody else?
I think I've been trying my best to mentor people in the unit. we got a kid over there right now that's about to get kicked off the unit. I've been trying to help him out. Sometimes it does good, sometimes it doesn't because he doesn't listen. But I try to use a lot of my experiences because I've been here a while. I've been here a couple of years, and I've been through a lot of what people here are going through, the anger, getting into it with staff, having people talk to them the wrong way. I've been through a lot of it, and I try to talk to them. I try to be like, hey, learn from my mistakes. This, and that is going on, and just leave it alone. You're going home. You're on release right now. What are you doing? Why do you care what this person says to you or what he thinks about you? And I mean, I'm trying to help people out a little bit. I guess me getting into troubles gave me a little bit of wisdom about how it works here, but I've tried to be a mentor to some people, and for a lot of kids it's worked, and for some of them it hasn't, but I'm trying to be a leader. I'm trying to lead by example. That's why I did get that major. I did get in trouble, but afterwards I turned it around and I was like, hey, we don't fight on E15, but you got into a fight 2 months ago. Yeah, and look where I'm at right now. I'm still in here. Don't do the same thing I did. Don't get in trouble. I was in the wrong.
Speaking of that fight, because I think I talked to you about that fight after it happened.
Yes, ma'am.
And the reason my face went into like a shock mode was because, why would my face go into a shock mode, Mr. Madden?
Because I lied to you on the day it happened and told you that basically I was an angel and that I got attacked.
And then you had somebody write a statement that was untrue, stating that you just hugged him, bear hugged him to keep him from hitting on you, and he swung on you, that you didn't do anything.
Yes, ma'am.
So you just didn't pull yourself into that situation. You pulled somebody else into that situation and had somebody lie for you. I mean, I don't understand the whole meaning of that behavior, but you are saying you're a leader now. What did you teach that person that you pulled into the situation about lying? Because you pulled somebody else into your...
Absolutely nothing. I mean, I was in the wrong. I mean, I don't know what I was doing. I mean, it was just like I lost my brain that day or something. I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't have asked her to write that statement. And I mean, I understand she's probably going to get put into this now. I wasn't even thinking about that, but I don't know.
So you pulled somebody else into a situation that could hurt them in the long run. So we think about the short-term effects and the long-term effects. We talk about that a lot, short and long-term.
Yes, ma'am.
And when we do things at the time, we just think about the short-term effects. When we think about the long-term consequences that's going to come down the road. And the long-term consequences is basically right now is that now you held you out 2 more months of your program, and now it pulled somebody else in a situation that could cause them problems. True?
Yes,
because of something that either way, you still got held accountable for it. And just owning up to it and accepting responsibility was all you had to do.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you think about the short and long-term effects, we don't think about what's going on at that time, or how is it going to affect us down the road. But then it comes up, and what does it do?
It hurts other people too. I guess I didn't want to accept my consequences at the time because I knew I was in the wrong, and I was wrong for bringing somebody else into it. You're absolutely right.
And you never came clean till now.
The situation wasn't ever brought up again until now.
Just because it wasn't brought up didn't mean you couldn't own up to it.
You're right.
That's avoidance. Got anything else?
Any other questions?
All right, Mr. Madden.
Take a
Let's
step
step
outside.
outside.
Have a
Yes,
seat
ma'am.
and we'll discuss. How'd it go?
I don't know.
Oh, they're thinking about it?
They were talking about the major I had. And
When I go in there, I'm gonna do it like I was told to go into a proper, formal meeting, reporting senior cadet, or not senior cadet.
Treatment. Let's take that aspect of it. Is treatment, how's he doing on that?
He does everything he's supposed to do in his treatment plan. I mean,
So he
he's
goes to the treatment
he goes
team.
to treatment team. He's a role model to some, except for some of the things he's done. He's really holding other offenders up to the bar. Really, he's really trying to make them step up to the game and just do what they're supposed to be doing. He had a setback, and yeah, but it's been 2 months ago since his last setback. He has taken a leadership role on the unit. So in his treatment team, he's always doing his treatment team work.
So
There's nothing positive, negative about his treatment team work.
All right, what's your concern?
The fight that he was in,
Mm-hmm.
and then the aftermath or the fallout from it, where does that place him as far as his status?
His release status?
Yes.
Well, it was a Class B major of fighting. So, according to our policy, they have 60 days prior to attending release arc
Right.
till they're.
So did he lose a level?
Did they lose a level?
I don't know. I don't think he did because the officer wrote the letter.
Oh, so he just probably
Yeah.
made
It really
he probably
He
made
didn't.
mistake.
Yeah, he made.
himself out.
Yeah.
Yeah, his consequence
And
was
it's
he
been,
got to
and
wait
it's been
60
how,
days.
how long? 2 months?
Yeah, it's
It was
been January 12th.
So it's been right about. It's almost 2 months.
Okay.
And that's why I brought it up because he did manipulate the situation and had everybody thinking that he didn't do anything but hold it. And then we had the statement from the actual officer. It really coincided with what he said. So we just,
Kept him on 4 and waited the 60 days.
Yes.
Like you're supposed to. So that was his consequence. I take it of 60 days.
I don't know. I saw from it, I mean, he's an intelligent kid.
Very
He did a
intelligent.
good job with his transition essay. He probably has more depth and understanding.
if anything, most of these, yeah.
You know, where he's going and what his goals are than most of the students I see. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's in his favor. And he's bright. He seems to have a purpose, whether or not we agree with it. I mean, he wants to go get involved with the military and, you know, has a plan. Kind of bothered me a little bit that he doesn't want to do something with his education if that doesn't follow through. He's got
But
a
you
lot
gotta
of options
understand,
there.
he's
I know. that's
18
not
and some of us didn't want to do it at that time.
And he's 18 and been locked up for a while. So, you know,
But that's one of his strengths. You'd
Yes,
like to
it's
see him, you know, try to use it. But I don't have any concerns. I mean, educationally, he's done what we've asked him to
So
do.
education, treatment, and conduct are 3 parts, and
he's
sounds
met
like he's got
the whole
solid
pyramid.
pluses in all of those 3 areas that we
And
looked
he's
at.
grown from the impact unit. I mean, I was with him on the impact unit. Then he came over to E. From the Madden that came to the impact unit to the Madden that was sitting there, that's a totally different Madden. Totally different.
There's
Because when he
some
came
pride
down,
there.
when he came down to the impact unit, he was just angry. He gave up on himself and he just didn't care. This is a whole different Madden. Whole different Madden. Can't say what's going to happen when he leaves, but can
Is everyone in agreement that
And his
he's ready for
education?
reentry art?
I'm in
GED.
favor of it.
His
Everyone's,
education's up.
yeah, he's got his GED and he's doing well. So everyone votes in favor?
Yep.
Support it.
Okay, let's talk about what he
He
needs to
needs
do
to
while
complete.
on reentry before he goes to release arc. What are some areas that we think he needs to work on and plans he needs to get together?
Call in your recount, 21312. Call in your recount. Program, call in your recount. Hearing board, call in your recount.
Hold on.
Nervous.
So am I. Look at this, man. 927:08. I've been locked up for 4 years.
23.
What's the reason why you not seeing you do that anymore?
Dress, improper dress. Shaving problem and boots. Thanks for accepting my location application. Do what?
Oh, I was wondering why.
Johnson said if I give him 1 good week that he'll consider me giving it back to me. So. everything going for you. Look, got MEPS tomorrow. Got your placement already, don't you?
Yeah.
GED. So you're senior cadet in the military unit. Highly respected around the entire facility, staff and student. And you got things going for you right now.
Hope so.
See, me personally, I wouldn't be surprised if they denied me. You, on the other hand, you've got a very, very good chance.
I hope so. It's taken off a long time to talk about it.
Teachers, pardon the interruption. The signal has been lifted. The teachers may rotate at this time.
So what's going on now, John? You left, so.
What
Matt?
decision?
Have a seat.
Chair got stuck.
Okay, Mr. Madden, we have all discussed your reentry meeting, and we're going to talk about what we decided with you at this time. We have approved your reentry level with the following terms that you need to complete before you release for release ARC. You need to attend Hillcroft, which you know what Hillcroft is, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and study for your license. Since you want that truck, you need to study for your license to get there, okay? So get with your counselor to get the information you may need to get you prepared for that. You need to complete the transition educational plan, even though you're stating that you're not gonna, and that's what this is. And you need to make sure that you complete as much information as you can and have your counselor sign it. You need to bring this back with you to release ARC once you come back, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, even though you're saying you don't have any educational plans at this time, we still want you to try to put something down there that you may feel like you want to do, and just in case, like you may want to go to a trade school, or maybe you want to get a trade that you can work on that will help you further along. You know, maybe go to get some musical information, background about music. Since you're so passionate about music, get some music background information. Go to school and get that background behind you that you can help you out. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to work the keyboarding system that helps run the music. That would be helpful.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so maybe.
One of the reasons why we do this is just to help you, kind of hold you accountable and follow up, because those are contact information, things that we can use to check up on you, see how you're doing.
Yes, sir.
And you're too smart just not to let your brain go sit there and go wait for the Army. You can do a lot more than just what you're planning to do. Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
use your brain to your best ability, because you got it. Okay. All right. Also, you need to schedule a family session with your family to discuss some plans and the household rules that's going to be expected of you once you're released. Continue the good faith effort on the unit on problem solving. Don't stop doing what you've been doing. Keep on moving forward, and you'll be okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You have anybody you want to thank for helping you get to this point?
Oh, absolutely. I want to thank my instructors and Instructor Johnson. Not all of them are here, but Cooley, Stone, Miss McKinley, and Mercer. They've all done a lot to help me grow.
Okay. Any educational staff?
I can't believe Mr. Shaw. I forgot his name for a minute. I'd like to thank Mr. Shaw, and I'd like to thank Miss Stacy.
Okay. And treatment staff?
Was that like counselors and stuff? I'm gonna look like a kiss up, but thank you, Miss Woods, for working with me. And I'd like to thank Mr. Sawyer too, because he's been pulling some threads for me.
All right. Well, when you leave out of here, thank all those people that helped you go get where you are right now, because it took all of them working together to get you there. So make sure you thank them for helping you get to this point, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, he's smiling. He's
Yeah,
smiling.
I got it.
You got it. Good, good. Congratulations, John. Good, good. Proud of you. Good, good. Glad to hear it. He's reentry art. Yeah. That's good. I was getting nervous since you were going tomorrow.
I gotta go back and finish studying for my ASVAB.
You gotta what?
Go back and finish studying for my ASVAB.
Yeah, you need to.
I didn't know.
You need to. How did yesterday go? Did you take another pretest yesterday?
No, I just talked to
you've already
FC1 Anderson.
aced it once, right?
Yeah, I got an 80 the first time I took it, 96 second time.
Okay.
But,
What do you have to get?
30
You got an
pass.
80?
Mhm.
You're gonna ace it. Okay. Great, great. So, great. So you need to go study now, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job.
This interview is on channel 2, for the audio on channel 2.
Come on, Jake.
I guess it's your turn now, huh?
Yeah, just waiting for their call.
Are you ready?
As I'm ever going to be.
As ready as you're ever gonna be, huh? Okay.
Did they take his wire off of?
Are you relieved, John?
What you say?
You must have been pretty anxious, huh?
Oh, no, I still got it.
Were you pretty anxious?
I
Pretty
thought,
nervous?
I thought they was going to deny me.
I'm sure you did good. Great job, great job.
We'll do it next tomorrow.
So you gotta fill this out?
Yeah, this is my transition education plan. Like I said, I fill this out for my aspirations for future education. This one said I should study music.
Yeah, if that's what you're good at.
That's what I want to do.
Study for biology.
Huh? They're back on the unit. I was in process of signing.
The next time, good luck. Good job, man.
Yeah.
Next time, when you come to important meetings like this, you gotta be in uniform.
Yes, sir.
You didn't know Lieutenant Burke was gonna be there, did you?
No, I just wasn't watching the time. I was.
Called you out, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mr. Sawyer kind of got on to me about 20 minutes beforehand about my uniform.
Well, you came back from work. You got time and prepared.
You know, I don't know nothing about small engines or simple machines. Nothing whatsoever.
Oh, that's all right.
No, I'm talking about on my ASVAB. I don't know nothing about small engines or engines, period.
Did you get? So what was the test? What was the score?
No, I got an 80 on my pretest, but it wasn't none of that. It was just arithmetic and word comprehension. Now I got to go there, and I was looking through the ASVAB book, and I seen like screwdrivers and saws and stuff, and I was like, that was through it.
Just basic knowledge. You get
Basic everyday knowledge.
Yeah, I'm about to read up on it all night.
So you know what the next step is. Tomorrow, it's a big day.
Yes, sir.
2 o'clock. You ready? Be ready to come to
Control, you got one joining you.
I'll be up about 1300 getting the vehicle ready. Okay?
Uh,
Get your face on and so let's go home from here.
Hey, I'm gonna see if I can orchestrate you a proper send-off.
Huh?
I'm gonna see if I can orchestrate you a proper send-off, military send-off.
What's that?
Double roll salute.
I don't think they're gonna do all that. I'm happy though. Getting up out of here. 3 years, long time.
2 years. 4 years. 1 month. 23, 24, 25, 26.
feeling now?
Hmm.
How you feeling?
Good. Feel like I'm going somewhere. Ball's rolling. It's just gonna keep increasing speed.
He's done. Better ask him how it went.
How'd you go?
I got denied.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Now I got accepted.
I know better than that. No. Good. I can tell by the smile on your face. Good news.
They're gonna give it to you, man. You've got everything going for you. Look, MEPS tomorrow. Got your placement already, don't you? GED. So you senior cadet in the military unit. Highly respected around the entire facility, staff and student. You got things going for you right now. See, me personally, I wouldn't be surprised if they denied me. You, on the other hand, you've got a very, very good chance.
I hope so. It takes me a long time to talk about it.
Teachers, pardon the interruption. The signal has been lifted. The teachers may rotate at this time.
So what's going on now, John? You left, so Matt.
That's it. This is where he gets his answers.
Okay, Mr. Madden, we have all discussed your reentry meeting, and we're going to talk about what we decided with you at this time. We have approved your reentry level with the following terms that you need to complete for before you're released for release ARC. You need to attend Hillcroft, which you know what Hillcroft is, correct? Okay, and study for your license. Since you want that truck, you need to study for your license to get there, okay? So get with your counselor to get the information you may need to get you prepared for that. You need to complete the transition educational plan, even though you're stating that you're not going to, and that's what this is. And you need to make sure that you complete as much information as you can and have your counselor sign it. You need to bring this back with you to release ARC once you come back, okay? Also, even though you're saying you don't have any educational plans at this time, we still want you to try to put something down there that you may feel like you want to do, and just in case, like you may want to go to a trade school, or maybe you want to get a trade that you can work on that will help you further along. You know, maybe go to get some musical information, background about music. Since you're so passionate about music, get some music background information. Go to school and get that background behind you that you can help you out. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to work the keyboarding system that helps run the music. That would be helpful. Okay? So maybe
One of the reasons why we do this is just to help you, kind of hold you accountable and follow up, because those are contact information, things there that we can use to check up on you, see how you're doing.
Yes, sir.
and you're too smart just not to let your brain go sit there and go wait for the Army. You can do a lot more than just what you're planning to do, okay? So use your brain to your best ability, because you got it, okay? All right, also you need to schedule a family session with your family to discuss some plans and household rules that's going to be expected of you once you're released. Continue the good faith effort on the unit and problem solving. Don't stop doing what you've been doing. Keep on moving forward, and you'll be okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You have anybody you want to thank for helping you get to this point?
No, absolutely. I want to thank my instructors and Instructor Johnson. Not all of them are here, but Cooley, Stone, Ms. McKinley, and Mercer. They've all done a lot to help and grow.
Okay, any educational staff?
Mr. Shaw. I'd like to thank Mr. Shaw and I'd like to thank Ms. Stacy.
Okay, and treatment staff?
There's a
Counselors.
Counselors.
I'm gonna look like a kiss up, but thank you, Ms. Woods, for working. And I'd like to thank Mr. Sawyer too, because he's been pulling some threads for me.
All right. Well, when you leave out of here, thank all those people that helped you go get where you are right now, because it took all of them working together to get you there. So make sure you thank them for helping you get to this point, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Manny.
Who we got next? Want to do Madden? The other Madden?
Me too, what's going on?
Did they take his wire off?
Are you relieved, John?
Also, sending one to ACU, shuttle 2.
What you say?
You must have been pretty anxious, huh?
Oh, no, still got it.
Were you pretty anxious? Pretty nervous?
Thought that was gonna be nice.
I'm sure you did good. Great job. Great job.
Do a lipstick.
So you gonna fill this out?
Yeah, this is a transition education plan. Like I said, I fill this out for my aspirations for future education. That's what I said I should study music.
Yeah, if that's what you're good at.
That's
I'm
what I'm
gonna study for biology.
Your boot set.
We kind of left in a rush.
Oh, no, no. Next time, good luck. Good job, man. Next time, when you come to important meetings like this, you gotta get me up on you.
Yes, sir.
You didn't know Lieutenant Burke was gonna be to this.
No, I just wasn't watching the time.
Yeah, he called you out, didn't he?
Mr. Sawyer kind of got on to me about 20 minutes beforehand about my uniform.
Well, you came back from work in no time and prepared you.
You know, I don't know nothing about small engines or simple machines. Nothing whatsoever.
Oh, tomorrow. That's something I know.
No, I'm talking about on my ASVAB.
Oh.
I don't know nothing about small engines. Or engines, period.
But did you so what was the test? What was the score?
No, I got an 80 on my pretest, but it wasn't none of that. It was just arithmetic and
Okay.
word comprehension. Now I got to go there, and I was looking through the ASVAB book, and I seen like screwdrivers and saws and stuff. And I was like,
Medical 1H20.
It's just basic knowledge. You know, you get
Basic
through it.
everyday
Yeah.
knowledge.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm about to read up on it all tonight.
So, you know what the next step is? Tomorrow. It's the big day.
Yes, sir.
2 o'clock. Be ready.
Mr. Austin,
I'll be here to come.
Patrol, you got one joining you.
I'll be up about 1300 getting the vehicle ready. Okay? All right. Put your game face on and let's go home from here.
Hey, I'm gonna see if I can orchestrate you a proper send-off. I'm gonna see if I can orchestrate you a proper send-off, military send-off. Double roll salute.
I don't think I'm gonna do all that. I'm happy though. Getting up out of here. 3 years, long time.
3 years. 4 years. 1 month. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 30.
How you feeling, man? How you feeling?
Good. Feel like I'm going somewhere. While I was rolling, it's just gonna keep increasing the speed.
1, 2, 3.
He's done. Better ask him not when.
How'd you go?
I got the
E15 officer,
No,
long
you didn't. No, you didn't. I know better than that. It's good. I can tell by a smile on your face.
Tim Gordon to laundry.
Good news.
So I had some tough questions about that major.
Oh.
Me getting in trouble.
But you served the time, though, right?
Yeah,
So the
asking me how I've changed in 2 months and
35, 3 leaving programs around
John.
the east.
You've been doing well. I've seen the change in you, so you should be good. I'm turning in the paperwork for your trip tomorrow down to the MEPS place. So
Joel, you gotta walk up to the
that's
point.
good. So what are you waiting on now?
Just waiting on him to get down so we can go back.
Okay. Okay, good. Good enough. That's what I wanted to hear. Okay, thanks. All right, take care.
I know that was fun.
Last formation. Oh, okay.
Echo, attention. Just right, truth. Ready, front.
Request mission to walk the line, sir. Request mission to walk the line, sir.
Walk the line.
Take care, man. Stay out of trouble. Take care, boy, man. Work on, bro. All right, then, man. Keep your eye gas, man. I'll stop it. Gord, stay strong, man.
You better
Stay strong.
Yeah, I will.
Well, I'm lifting free weights. Do free. Thank you. You are too. I didn't get to know you that good, man, but you're a good guy. Make the most of it. My guy, Sonny. Stay up, man.
My white boy.
Ortiz. Watch out for Lamika.
Stay up.
Yeah, he too slow to quit playing all the time. Man, I'll miss you, bro, man.
I'll miss you too, bro.
I'll keep your head up, man.
All right, promise.
You got my number?
Yeah.
Call me
The
when you
maps.
got- We feeders. They won, bro. Badass. I'll miss you, bro, man.
Stay out of trouble, man. I don't want to see you back, man.
Me too. You're going to be in my regiment.
Oh, yes.
Sorry.
Yes,
Get your head up, man. Who-wah.
Why?
You're enough. Too good, man.
You too.
Mexicano.
All right, bro.
Stay where it's on, man. That's say.
Take a look at words.
Words, look at words.
Keep your head up, man.
See.
Leave it around homes.
I'm gonna see you.
All right, then, bro. Keep your head up.
Echo, attention. One sound. One unit. What's the motto?
Freedom through self-discipline. Going on from here.
Present. Oh,
Quest mission to walk the line, sir.
walk the line. Order. On. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, sir. Quest mission to fall out, secure my gear, sir.
Secure your gear. Fall out.
Thanks, sir. Very cool, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
Anytime, go, man. You need me. Yeah, for real.
Right on, man. Hey, go! You know! Once, as I was, one sound, one unit! Whose house is this? Our house! Who I? Who I? Miss y'all, man.
Oh, Ray, run. You go see Mom?
Yes, sir.
Let's go see her.
I wish they'd let me hit the fence just to see if I could get over it.
You've always wanted to hit that fence, haven't you?
Nah, I've thought about it before, but no, I wouldn't do it. Easier ways to get out. Got a whole bunch of
At least you
scars
thought
on you
twice.
afterwards. Yeah. I want to get my ass whooped.
Yeah, I bet much better of a day could you have asked to go home on, man?